This is the Mariners POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Seattle Mariners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hold on.
See, I just did it, and you switched it back. You didn't
Chris,
have any trust in me.
You are not the host.
I know. You had it on the wrong side, so I switched it over.
I'm doing too many things right now, okay?
One thing to do right, and you didn't do it right.
It's okay. You know what?
It's
okay.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what? I'm kind of feeling like we should just have a good vibes only podcast.
I'm down for that. Let's talk about it. The Mariners did play a baseball game tonight. They lost. They lost the series against the the Athletics.
Yeah.
I don't care. And this is the first time you'll ever hear me say I don't care that we lost a game. It gives me vibes, funnily enough, of the 2022 series when they got absolutely destroyed by Houston, but then we found out we were getting Luis Castillo.
Good call. Good call.
Honestly, it gives me those same vibes. And it kind of changed the course of the rest of the season. The Mariners I don't want to say just went all in. They just proved that they are serious about winning in 2025.
No doubt.
And, we'll talk a little bit about this game. Yes, Julio goes yard. Brian Wu, a little concerning. We'll talk about that. Why was he still in the game in the seventh inning? All that stuff. But let's just enjoy ourselves right now because the Mariners are getting Eugenio Suarez. I want Chris to talk about exactly what the Mariners are giving up to get Eugenio Suarez, and then you'll have a much deeper breakdown of that with Ty and Colby with their emergency episode, which from their podcast, which they're recording right now. But Chris Crawford, initial thoughts on the Mariners getting Eugenio Suarez.
It's awesome. It's freaking awesome. It's an awesome thing, and I knew that certain part of this, I kind of got a hint that a trade like this was coming. I wasn't 100% sure on the player they were getting back, but I was told by somebody that Tyler Locklear was up for one day and then he was getting dealt. Okay. And then I just started to make sense when he saw the Ramon Urias trade and he saw some other stuff some teams are doing. And this is awesome. This is so great. And, I don't want to celebrate prospect hoarding or anything like that, but I will celebrate being able to get Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez without moving a single prospect that would be in your top 10, not a single prospect that would be in my top 100. And the Mariners have a few of them, folks. This is really cool. And there's some question marks about what you do now with roster fit. There's some question marks about where you hit him. There's some question marks about how much this carries over, right? How good is Eugenio Suarez going to be? But this is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer that, honestly, I know you guys want to talk about this game, and I get it. It was a frustrating game, and I would have some yelling to do about umpires and yelling to do about a horrific decision from Dan Wilson. A horrific decision from Dan Wilson. But I don't care right now. I don't care because you just got a legitimate middle-of-the-order bat. And not just a middle-order bat for the Seattle Mariners. You got a legitimate middle-of-the-order bat for anyone. This is freaking cool.
I have a couple stats regarding Eugenio Suarez. Number one, in the last 365 days, he has played exactly 162 games, which is great. He has hit 54 home runs in that time. And I think he has like 130 RBIs, RSBI, however you want to say it. I don't care. In that time frame, in the last 162 games. The dude has been raking for a year now. Also, there are, and just if you're looking longer term, say, okay, I want more proof that this guy's going to be good for just more than this past year. Okay, there are 19 third basemen in Cooperstown in the Hall of Fame. Only 2 of them have more 30 home run seasons than Eugenio Suarez.
Who are they?
Mike Schmidt and I forget the second one, to be honest. But yeah, it's nuts. It might be George Brett. I don't know.
Okay.
But I have to double check that one. But yeah, this dude is a prolific. It's borderline. I don't want to say borderline Hall of Famer yet, but he could be if he wins a World Series with the Mariners. I don't know. I'm getting over my skis here. But you just got a guy. You got a guy.
You got a guy. You got a guy. And here's what I'll say too. And I talked about this on a video that I did on my YouTube channel, and I hope everyone checks out Mile Y as well. Check out Locked On Sports first, of course, but check out what I do there too. I don't want to hear another freaking word about how the Mariners don't know what they're doing at the deadline, right? Because we have evidence now. We have evidence. There was one mistake. There was one expletive up the Paul Sewald trade, right? And that was because of, ironically enough, vibes, right? That is what the problem with that trade was. They have gone out and they have gotten Eugenio Suarez, Randy Arozarena, Josh Naylor, and Eugenio Suarez. Like, come on.
And I don't think it should be lost that Caleb Ferguson, this dude, he's a great left-handed pitcher.
Caleb Ferguson is one of the most difficult pitchers to square up in all of baseball, right? Like,
and it's probably their biggest need was a lefty reliever. If you're going to look at,
let me give you a quick stat too, Anders. Do you know what the hard hit percentage against Caleb Ferguson's sinker is?
It's probably 0. 4%.
4. It's 4.
Yeah.
That's bonkers. That is nuttier than squirrel turds, man. That's a really good third piece. That's your tertiary trade piece, man. Get that, man, this is exciting. And it sucks that we aren't talking about a Mariner win today, because this is a game they should have won. This is a game they should have won. There's no question about it. And man.
2 questions for you. First of all, if you guys haven't heard, obviously the Mariners are getting Eugenio Suarez back. The return to the Diamondbacks at this point is Tyler Locklear, Hunter Cranton, and Juan Burgos. Yes. Absolute yes. 1,000 times yes.
Yeah.
I say yes to you proposing to me, Chris Crawford. Yes.
Yeah. You know, I would at this point. I'm in that good of a mood. I think Tyler Locklear is going to be a good player. I think Tyler Locklear is going to have a nice career. I think Juan Burgos has a chance to be a very valuable reliever. And Hunter Cranton someday could be a closer. Remember we talked to Justin Hollander about the draft, and we asked him about Hunter Cranton, and he kind of ranted and raved a little bit. They were very happy to get this guy in the 3rd round. It's such an easy yes. You can find Hunter Crantons. You know how hard it is to find an Eugenio Suarez? You know how hard it is? You know how hard it is to find an Eugenio Suarez, especially after you literally sell him to another team? Yeah. You know how hard it is to get a guy like that?
And that's another aspect I want to give, and I am by no means a Jerry DiPoto defender. I want to give him all the credit in the world for this one. He could have easily just been like, yeah, we're going to go a different direction. I don't want to do the whole, we gave up on him and then we're going to have to trade something to get him back. No, he's like, yeah, basically, he's never going to say it, but he basically just told you guys, yeah, we screwed up in getting rid of him, but we're making it right by bringing him back right now, and we're being aggressive. And we just got the 2 best bats at the deadline, period. Unless something happens that I can't foresee. But as of now, you got the 2 best bats at the deadline, which is awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
Wait, no, you go ahead. What's your question?
I just have 2 questions. One, are they done?
I don't think so. I think they're still going to get another reliever. I think that they'll add, and maybe another outfielder. I keep thinking that a Ramon Laureano makes a ton of sense for this team, or someone along those lines. I don't think they're doing anything big. I know they've explored the O'Neal Cruz stuff. I know they've just explored the Jarren Duran stuff. The Duran stuff probably could have happened a couple weeks ago, but Boston's 2 in it now, right? They're just 2 in it now. But I wouldn't be shocked if they get another reliever. There's still some really good relievers still on the market, right? And I still don't feel super confident in the Trent Thorntons and those guys pitching, or the Carlos Vargases. So you can still make this bullpen better, but I don't think they're done.
Are they now the favorites in the American League?
No. They probably should be, but I see just enough holes in this team but I just watched Toronto really struggle with the Orioles, and I watched the Yankees have major issues. They've been a really average team. Yeah. The Tigers, I think the Mariners broke them. I think Julio Rodriguez broke the Detroit Tigers. Yeah, I think Julio Rodriguez might have broken the Detroit Tigers. Houston's got a ton of injury stuff. I will say this. No team in the American League is clearly better than the Seattle Mariners. Absolutely not. No. And anything now but a home series in the playoffs is a massive disappointment.
Yeah.
Massive disappointment. You can't be wild card 5. You can't be wild card 6. You either got to be wild card 4 or you got to win the division.
Yeah, I completely agree. And some people commenting that Philly's got Duran. We're talking Jaren Duran, not Johan Duran.
Yes,
there are
correct.
2 different Durans that were available at the trading dedeadline, so I understand the confusion.
Duran. Very good. Not a very good band. I don't really like that.
All right, let's quickly give some love to our sponsors. Let's break down this game as much as we can, and then we'll kind of circle it all back around to the big news of the night, which is the Mariners acquiring Eugenio Suarez. Does that sound good, Chris Crawford?
It sounds wonderful.
We've all been there, logging on early and waiting forever for concert tickets to go on sale, only to lose your spot for a show you've been dying to see. Live music should be about making memories, not dealing with the stress of ticket shopping. And that's where Gametime comes in.
Gametime makes getting concert tickets faster and easier than ever. Prices actually drop as it gets closer to showtime, and you can save up to 60% off with their killer last-minute deals. So, like, Anders, it's so hard to organize stuff nowadays. Like, you don't know which friend is going to show up. You don't know which friend is actually going to pay you for the concert that you were supposed to go to. You don't have to wait for that. Like, you don't have to worry and buy a bunch of extra tickets and then have a bunch of extra room and have fans saying, what the heck? You're not a real fan. You would have brought 35 people. No, you just wait and you get those last minute deals at Gametime. So it's, you know, who's going to get to show up. You know, who's carpooling to the concert, and you're saving a ton of money.
You know what I would use Gametime for? It would be for buying Mariner tickets for tomorrow night, because Eugenio Suarez back in a Mariner uniform to start the Texas series on trade deadline day. Yeah. I will be there. Come say hi to me. That's just a quick little shout out that I will not be on the postcast tomorrow night. Thank you, Chris Crawford. I did not know this was happening, so I am even more excited now that I get to go to that first game.
So great.
Anyways, take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets and show tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Man, I swear to God, I just got some 5-hour energy from this trade, but let's tell them what real 5-hour energy is, and it's time to fuel up and turn it up with 5-hour energy transfusion. It brings the bold grape, ginger, and lime flavor out of your favorite golf drink, minus the alcohol, into a quick, energizing shot. Whether you're sinking birdies or just making memories with friends, this one's a hole-in-one for your energy game.
Let's be honest, some days on the course or off it, you just need that extra boost to stay sharp and energized. Guys, I am going to have to take 5-hour energy tomorrow. Like, I have the trade deadline for me at NBC Sports Roto World is one of those days that's a lot of fun, and then all of a sudden it becomes not. Plus, I'm going to be on with Ian Fernandez on KJR for a couple hours. Then I have to host a Seahawks postcast or a podcast. Then I have to host this podcast. Thank goodness for stuff like Mile Y. Thanks good for stuff like 5-hour energy drink, because why would I be wondering what the heck I would be doing without it?
Golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors, of course. The grape, ginger, lime flavor gives you the best parts of your clubhouse go-to without chasing down the bev cart. And if you go to 5hourenergy.com today, that is the number 5hourenergy.com. You can use my promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off your order. This offer is only valid until September 30th on one order and cannot be used with other promotions. This code is not good on subscription orders. Whether you're meeting up with friends or trying to turn 18 holes into 36, get the energizing boost you need to power through. Order transfusion-flavored 5-hour energy shots today. Sorry, Chris, I was trying to save your voice a little bit for tomorrow.
Oh,
sure. You're going to have to use it a lot. So
I just like the sound of your own voice, man, if I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah, a little bit. Just every now and then. But all right, let's talk a little bit about this game. The Mariners lose. I don't even look at the score. Was it 4-3?
5-4.
5-4, excuse me.
Yeah.
You get home runs from Julio Rodriguez, Jorge Polanco, and Randy Arozarena. And then the Oakland, God dang it, I have done that twice today. I usually am not that guy. The Athletics.
They don't know what they're called. So why should you know what they're called?
That's a good point. The Athletics hit 4 home runs of their own. Let's not start with the Starks. We're already 15 minutes in. But Brian Wu didn't have his stuff today. Just command wasn't good. Seemed like he was getting squared up a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think of his start?
Pretty mediocre. And that's disappointing, partially because this guy's been so good against the A's, like so good that you just kind of expect dominance, and you got nothing close to that, right? And it was so disappointing too, because we can literally start with the start, because Julio sits back on that change and just drives that ball over.
Beautiful.
It was a beautiful swing. You take that 1-0 lead, and then Wu just doesn't have it. He gives up the homer to Rooker. He gives up the RBI single to, I think it was Soderstrom. It could have been Langoliers. It doesn't really matter, but it just never was there for him. Let me just quickly talk about something, though. And it's very cool that he got through 6 innings and broke the Mariner record for starts in a row with 6 innings, because especially in today's day and age, that's a really impressive stat, right?
Yeah.
So many 5 and dive guys, and so many guys who don't even go 5 innings, right?
Yeah.
So he gets through the 6.
And honestly, the 6th inning, fine to have him out there, right?
Yeah.
You know, like
totally fine. Fine. I had no issue with it whatsoever. The other thing is, you've got all your bullpen guys ready to go afterwards, right? You can go. It's a 1-run game because Polanco hits that home run. It's a 1-run game. Why the hell is he out there for the 7th inning? Here's what we talked about this a little bit ago, Anders. Dan Wilson manages to the score and to the pitch count too much, because just because you have a low pitch count doesn't mean you should stay in the game. They had seen Brian Wu, and they had hit Brian Wu hard. That was sleepy. That was a sleepy decision. That was not paying attention at the wheel, man. That is just a really dumb decision. I'm sorry. Dan Wilson's a smarter guy than me. Most people are smarter guys than me. But even I can see it did not take hindsight. I was not Captain Hindsight here. This was really obviously a bad decision. You have this full rested rotation or fully rested bullpen. Why in the world are you letting Brian Wu face that part of the lineup again? It made no sense to me, and it cost him the game. Yeah. It cost him the game, because you do get that home run from Randy Arozarena in the 9th inning. The bullpen did fine. The bullpen did its job and then some.
Yeah.
But your manager kind of cost you a game. That is not to say that Brian Wu pitched exceptionally or anything close to it, but it's very disappointed that a decision like that ends up being a major culprit for why you don't win a baseball game and why you don't win a series.
Yeah, and it's funny. You must have been scouring through Twitter, because you must have yes, Captain Hindsight right here as well, because I even tweeted it out. Maybe hindsight is 20/20 here.
Sure.
Like this is right after the second Andujar home run, I believe it was. Why is Wu still out there?
Yeah.
Clearly didn't have it tonight. Did well to get through 6. Got blown out last night, so you should have arms available right after getting back into the game. This is right after Polanco hits his home run to make it, 4-3?
4-3.
I think at that point.
4-3
so
game.
You're back in the game. It's not like it's a blowout. It's not like you don't have arms available and you need him to get through 7. We saw that with George Kirby a little bit ago when you don't have your stuff, but it's like, hey, we just don't have anyone available. We need you to pitch another inning. It's none of that. No. Why is he still out there?
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And you know, again, you take a look at the pitch count there, and you may say, okay, leave him out there. That's a stupid way to decide if a pitcher's still supposed to be going, right? You know why Brian Wu's pitch count was low today? Because he left pitches in the middle of the plate early in counts.
And he was getting shellacked.
That's why his pitch count was low. It's not because he was so efficient. He was efficiently getting the ball out of the ballpark. That's not good managing. That's not good managing. I'm sorry. That is really silly. You bring in either Spire, or you bring in Bizzardo, or you bring in whoever for that 7th inning.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe what you're thinking there is we have a 4-game series coming up, so I really want these guys fresh. Don't manage for tomorrow, man.
We're past that point in the year. We're past that point in the year, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I just was really disappointed in that decision from Wilson. But I'll also be honest. I was disappointed in Wu tonight, too. I expect better from him. If you're going to be the top of the rotation guy, then you got to pitch better than that.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me moving forward. Now that you have supplemented your lineup, and I've talked about this a few times, people have had their issues with the offense, especially lately. They haven't been very good lately. They showed up a little bit tonight, got some runs. It's basically the long ball once again. It's just kind of how this team scores runs. It just is what it is. But if you're gonna do something special this season, and I do think there's a chance that you can do something special with this team, especially with how your front office is basically saying, yeah, we believe that this is a year to do it. Your pitching has to be better. Your especially your starting pitching has to be better. I really think you need to see the elite Logan Gilbert, which more often than not lately we have, but I need to see it. I need to see Wu in his top tier form. Honestly, we kind of have from Luis Castillo more often than not as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sure.
we need that ceiling for that pitching staff. And that's going to be the biggest indicator for me, whether this team is a true contender versus if they're okay, well, a playoff team, but maybe not
Right.
much more than that.
I think that's fair because you still take a look at this lineup. It's not an elite lineup, guys.
No.
It's vastly improved, right? You do not have many automatic outs. In fact, I don't think you have any automatic outs right now. I guess you could argue the way Cole Young's been kind of swinging the bat lately, and I know a lot of you have pointed to his WRC plus. That's fine, blah blah blah. I just don't feel super comfortable with him swinging the bat. Ben Williamson, I don't feel super comfortable swinging the bat. I don't think we're going to see Ben Williamson swinging the bat for a while. So, that pitching's got to be better. And I will just say this. Here's the only concern that I have about the Eugenio Suarez trade. They're not moving JP Crawford from shortstop. That's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. That side of the infield defensively is now kind of icky. It's kind of icky. You're looking at two guys that do not have a lot of range. And, there's things you can do to limit it. And hopefully they're good enough offensively. Right now, JP Crawford, I'll just tell you right now, I'll go unsung villain with JP Crawford, man. Yep. He is just really struggling. He
can't be leadoff hitter anymore. I'm sorry.
I don't think you can either. But here's the other thing. That's not changing. They are so locked in with him at the top of the plate. And it bugs me. It really bugs me. And, maybe when Victor Robles gets back, and it sounds like there's a better chance of that happening than it was going to be when it first came out, right? Maybe then you make that change, right? But right now, JP Crawford's going to hit at the top of the lineup, and that sucks. You know why that especially sucks? Because you're getting the better version of Julio right now. Wouldn't it be nice to have a runner on first base when Julio Rodriguez is hitting right now? Wouldn't that be nice to have?
It would be very nice.
It would be very nice. But this was a disappointing game, but I can't lie to you. I cannot lie to you. I'm struggling to care because of the move they make tonight. Two moves they make tonight. And obviously, Turd Ferguson, I'm sorry, I just have to keep doing it. I love Saturday Night Live, and Turd Ferguson is one of my favorite sketches of all.
Sure.
That's a really good get. But this is that upper echelon get that we've just, all due respect to Luis Castillo, Randy Rosarina, we've never seen the Mariners get the absolute best guy at the deadline before. Yeah. We've never seen them do that. This is the best guy. I guess Luis Castillo, but it's different with a pitcher, right? It's different with a pitcher.
Well, 2022 is the same year Juan Soto was traded.
That's a good point too, right? That was a fun deadline. My arm hurt so bad from all the typing I had to do at that deadline, but that was a fun ass deadline, and I hope they do more. You asked me if they're done. I don't think they are. I hope they do more. I hope they go get an outfielder. I hope they go get another reliever. I hope they look at getting another starting pitcher. I hope they do a bunch of stuff. But if they are done, you can complain all you want and should about the offseason, right? It wasn't good enough. It wasn't close to good enough. This deadline is an unquestionable A+.
And you could say that about now at least 3 of the last 4 deadlines. 22, 23 was no, 24 yes, and now 25 yes.
What's
3
that?
of the last 4 deadlines. 22 you get Castillo. 23 yes, you do get rid of Paul Sewalds. That's a no. 24 is when you get Randy, and then 25 is when you get Eugenio Suarez back and Josh Naylor as well. So
this is something I heard from a bunch of people that teams wanted Eugenio Suarez to come play first base, right?
Yeah.
And obviously that's not going to happen for Seattle now because you have your first baseman, you have Josh Naylor. But that is kind of the reason why teams were not quite willing to give that upper echelon prospect, right? Because they do see not only that he's going to test free agency, and he absolutely should. But there was also the fact that his defense just isn't what it used to be. He used to be a top 5 defender there. Now it's more like a bottom 10. And that's a big difference. That's a big difference. But
I wonder how much of that
up for it offensively.
Yeah, he does. And I wonder how much of that defense changes, not just with the Perry Hill effect. We all love what he can do with people, and that's what he did. And remember, when we first acquired him, he was a negative, known as a not very good defender either. And then he turned into at least an average defender for his 2 years in Seattle. But also, I've heard a lot of things about Arizona's field playing a lot quicker than the Mariners one.
There's no question about that either. That third base is easier in Seattle than it is in Arizona because Arizona is the easiest park outside of, I believe, Coors Field to hit doubles and triples. So you have to play third base differently. But there's also, and the thing about Perry Hill is he's great with hands. It's not a question with hands with Eugenio Suarez, right?
Right. It's range.
He's great with, you can't teach range. You especially can't teach range for a 34-year-old, right? No. So there's that portion of it. I don't care. I don't care if it's the worst defensive infield in the history of sports.
Which isn't.
Hit. It's not. It's absolutely not.
Yeah.
But I don't care how weak the defensive side of that infield is right now because you got Eugenio frickin' Suarez. You got a 36 homer guy. Yeah. A guy who leads baseball in RBI, and I understand it's when it helps your case, I'm going to bring it up.
Something. Yeah.
It's great. Yeah. I'm pumped.
Absolutely, man. I think you get, as of right now, the 2 best bats at the deadline. And you also, as of right now, satisfy what I thought was your most important need. Now, it doesn't maybe raise your ceiling as much, but it fills the biggest hole in your team, which was lefty reliever, and with Caleb Ferguson as well. So, so much excitement going on with the Mariners right now. This is giving me vibes of 2022, but I think this is a better team. I really do. I think this is a better team right now. Julio, again, is starting to heat up. He's had a good road trip, which is great to see. Yep. Things are starting to come together at the right time. And Polanco's looking good lately. Randy's continued his hot streak. Offensively, if you just need to get a little bit more consistency. Man, the one thing that's not going well right now, and I'm going to go with my unsung villain, it's Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, he got a tough one today.
He just hasn't been the same hitter. I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that, it's his fault. And no. He just hasn't been the same hitter since the All-Star break. He just hasn't.
No. I mean, it's not like it's been abhorrent. It's just not been what we got from the beginning of the year. And that's why you add more offensive pieces, because you knew this was going to happen, right? You knew he wasn't going to hit a home run every 2 games. There was no way that was going to happen, right? That's just not realistic. So
let's also not forget this A's team just swept Houston in 4 games in Houston.
They're playing much better baseball. Much better baseball. I have one quick unsung moment, bad.
Okay.
So you hit the home run to make it 4-3, and then Dom Canzone hits a ball, and technically it's a home run robbery. Okay. Yeah. That ball should have been hit 800 freaking feet. The fact that it didn't barely clear the wall there is. It was an 80-mile-per-hour sweeper down the middle of the plate. You have to kill that baseball. You have to kill that baseball, man. And, Dom Canzone's been a very pleasant surprise, but one of the things he has to do is take advantage of mistakes. He got a mistake down the middle of the plate. And, great play by the center fielder. Should have never been a play to be made. That ball should have left that ballpark. Yeah. That wasn't great.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, especially kind of his profile. If you're going to be the power guy, if you're not a good defensive player, he's shown better in right field this year, by the way. But if you're going to be that guy, that's just the power tool is your thing. You got to be taking advantage of that. Yep. All right, couple quick plugs before we get out of here. Number 1, please like the video if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. If you're new, because we're having so many new people kind of come in here, 568 people. That's awesome. Love hanging out with you guys. The Mariners have acquired Eugenio Suarez for a couple pitching prospects and Tyler Locklear going back the other way. Hopefully we see him tomorrow, which I think we will, because it was actually reported. I don't know if you saw this, Chris, but he is in Sacramento with the A's right now. Or no, sorry, with Arizona, because they're about to play the A's. They have their off day today. So that was pretty nuts that he's just going to meet up with the guys and fly home with them. Let's go, baby. Can't wait for tomorrow. Number 2, please check out Ty and Colby, I think, are about to release their emergency pod regarding Eugenio Suarez and the effect on that. Please check it out. It's great stuff. They're going to kind of do a deeper dive. We're the reaction guys here. We react to the game that we just watched and the news we just got. They're going to deep dive into it like only they can. And then number 3, Chris Crawford is joining Ian Furness tomorrow on Sports Radio 93.3 KJR-FM during the deadline, live from 1 to 3 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to go through all the deals with the Mariners make, the deals that the Mariners rivals make, the deals that Mariners who were in for, maybe they go somewhere else. We're going to break it all down for you, give you the returns and everything. So it's going to be such a fun time. It's a great time to be a Mariners fan, guys. Please don't just enjoy it. Please enjoy it. I really, really have good vibes about where we are right now.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun time. And as frustrating as this game was, just forget about it. Just dump it. Forget it. Massive series coming up, and you're going to get to see Eugenio Suarez play for the Mariners again. That's really
Dude, I'm borderline getting emotional, man.
That's cool. It's really cool, man. He's a special baseball player, man, and he is going to be great for the clubhouse, and on top of the fact that he's going to get Ding Dong Johnsons all over the place, man. Like, this is also a special player.
We can't overstate. You're getting a great baseball player, but you can't overstate what he's going to do to that clubhouse too.
Yeah, that absolutely. A tremendous human being, a tremendous human being. There's so many stories about Scott Service putting a ton of pressure on this guy, right? Like, asking him to be the guy who kind of took the highs and lows, right? Like, you are the leader of this team. You are the guy who is going to have to talk to the media even after bad games, right? You are going to have to be that guy.
You're going to bring the young guys up because
they didn't want to put that pressure on Julio. They knew Cal was going to be a leader someday, but they didn't want him to say something stupid because, Cal doesn't exactly have a filter.
Nope.
But Eugenio Suarez, he'll speak his piece, he'll let you know how things are going, but he just kind of gets it. He just kind of gets it.
And I know people kind of look at the individuals in baseball and like, hey, this guy needs to play better. This guy needs to play better. Baseball's still a team sport at the end of the day.
Amen.
I am very, very excited for the effect this will have on everyone else in the clubhouse. And especially someone like, Julio and Randy, who kind of live off of the momentum a little bit, and they'll learn, especially Julio, when he gets older, like, you got to, ride the wave a little bit more, be a little more even keeled.
Yeah.
But God, think about someone like Eugenio Suarez in that locker room. I'm so hyped, guys. This is going to be so much fun. Let's enjoy these last few games and go Mariners. Like, last words, Chris Crawford.
Good vibes only.
Good vibes only.
Not really last words, technically,
well, you know what?
Now those are the last words.
It was the same words, all right? Chill.